Hello, 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 and welcome to Larger Curves. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. Ring my bell, so you can get notified next time I upload a video and become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. Okay, we're on our way to 3K, and aren't we happy? Yes, we're happy about it over here. Thanks for coming through. We're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City today. Yes, we will be. And the breakfast at Mary's. Yes, love it. And hope that you're loving your Saturday. You know, I'm in California. California. And it is raining. We're in the middle of an atmospheric river, is what they call it, to try to scare the bejesus out of Californians. Because, usually it rains in California and everybody will still have their shorts on because it's only going to rain for like maybe an hour or two. And then it's going to be sunshine again. That's usually like, maybe you have or have not noticed. But when we get, because we're usually in drought, by the way. But we've been getting what's called an atmospheric river. I guess that's when there's going to be a lot of rain and it's like a month's worth of rain in a day and stuff like that. Luckily, I'm in an area that does not flood. Thank God, knocking on the wood that he gave me. And so yeah, but it's rainy out here. My sky is gray, but I see blue peeking through, but the sun is always shining on me. It's always shining on me, you guys. The sun, because the light in my heart. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? And that makes me have shining from the shining inside my soul. And then I let the light shine. And anyway, you guys know how it works. And if you don't, now you do. So on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City this week, we had none other than Mary hosting a breakfast of champions. But before that, we had Todd. Now, you guys know how much I love Todd. Todd is the newest husband. He is Bronwyn's husband. Bronwyn is pictured here next to Heather Gay's chin. So from left to right, it's Heather Gay's chin. Then we have Bronwyn. Then we have Meredith's bangs and then we have Angie K. And Mary is standing up back there. Okay. So those are the real players from this episode, and that's who's pictured here. So the episode starts with Heather. I've been calling it Heather's chin. Anyway, so Heather was I'm sorry, Bronwyn and Todd. That's where I was. Bronwyn and Todd. Todd was chastising Bronwyn. Now, Todd is an older husband. I think she's like his junior by maybe 20 years. And he's set in his ways. We already know that Todd's all business from last week. And he sat down with his wife when they got home. I told you guys, there are certain men that only a conversation will work. There's not no whining manipulation that will work. And so Todd sat down with his wife, Bronwyn, and was like, look, who was that? Who was that lady who was showing her ass like that? You went low because they went low. That's not the Bronwyn I know. And he didn't say it in rhyme like that. That's just my style. And she was like, well, I'm really like hurt that you're so disappointed in me right now. And he's like, you just don't have to be like that. You don't have to be like them no matter what. That's not who I know. And Bronwyn's idea is that, okay, this is work, and for TV I have to be extra. And 35 years her senior. Oh, that Kai Marie though. Yes, oh my gosh, thank you. 35 years. Yeah, he's set and jailed, you guys. There's no telling Todd nothing. Grumpy old grandpa. Yes. And plus, if she's been presenting, hi Lynn. How you doing, Linnell? I love you. Thanks for coming through. And if Bronwyn has been presenting very demure, a very classy Bronwyn who doesn't raise her voice and is snarky but not full on vulgar. She did say very vulgar things to Lisa. Lisa called Heather, and for some reason Bronwyn took it to, I need to ride your dick like it's my job, Lisa, in front of other men. So yeah, that was a bit much for Todd. I'm positive that was a bit much for Todd. And being 35 years her senior, we can understand why he would have sat down with his arms crossed like in a humph. Like, what is going on? I don't even know who you are. And you know he's been paying attention to everything. He might seem distant, but he's paying attention to everything. Okay? So I appreciated they just had a conversation. He didn't yell at her. He just told her what he expected, told her that he was shocked. And of course she was mortified and disappointed and felt sad that he saw her in any other light except for her brilliance. It always hurts when a person has to, like, you know, give you some constructive criticism. It doesn't feel good all the time. So, but I appreciate that he loves her enough to not have her become Lisa on TV. And that's his point. You don't have, there's already a Lisa showing her entire orange ass every chance. She's like hot Cheetos. She's a mess. And you don't have to be a mess, Bronwyn. You're like far too classy, and you have 1 of 3 jackets. Like, stay classy, Bronwyn. And that's all Todd was saying. Then we saw Heather and Lisa fornicate. No, they didn't fornicate, but basically they were gossiping really bad and about the trip some more that Bronwyn invited them on, everybody except for Heather, because it was a couples trip. On top of it, it's a couple. Get a couple to come with, Heather, and then you won't be left off of couples trips. And then if your chin acts right in people's house when they have dog poop on the floor, then you might get invited someplace. But no, Heather, you and your entitled, you better invite me because I'm the HBIC, because I said the line, receipts, timelines, proof. And now you think you deserve to be on everybody's couples trip, couple or not, even though the other single girl didn't get to come to Heather's chin. Okay. No, it's not fucking okay. Actually, Heather's chin, it's not okay. And I'm glad that Bronwyn didn't invite you, because you need to get checked, boo. You need to get checked. Okay? You might not look inbred anymore, but your insecurities are definitely highlighted. Okay? And it wasn't just the fat. Like, you have like some major insecurity stuff going, abandonment issues. I understand. But like, you're 50 with a business, you pay taxes, you get ladies kicked off of shows with lies. Stand your ground in another way. Okay? Then we have, after that, we showed Mary getting the house ready. No, then we had Angie K. Sorry. This was a very touching scene I want to mention. Angie K and her dad talked about the effects of her mother's early death and how it affected her and how she missed her mom growing up, but how she just loves that her dad, a single man, raised his 8 children or 7 children by himself. And that is very commendable. And Angie K's dad is a real one. I love him. I love their relationship. And it was very touching to hear that story that gave us insight as to why she's a helicopter mom with Electra, because there was this other little scene with Electra and Electra is Angie K's daughter, Angie K, and they were in like this shop doing a plant art, I guess. And her daughter was like, Mom, you're a helicopter mom. But we can understand now why. I'm so glad that they took the time to give us some backdrop and not just leave us with, oh, you're a helicopter mom. You know what I mean? And now we see that it's because she grew up with no mother. So she steals every moment she can with her daughter because she missed that with her own mother. And I think it's beautiful, and that she took that pain and shaped it into a hover mom love. Like, that's awesome, you know, because her daughter will never have to know what she went through in that regard. And I feel like that's a beautiful gift. So that was a cute little scene that they had. And then we get to Mary's wonderful house, and she's having breakfast at Mary's, breakfast at Tiffany's themed party for Audrey Hepburn. Is that her name? Audrey Hepburn. Let me see, you guys. Breakfast at Tiffany's. I don't think it was Audrey. Yeah. Dang. Yeah, Audrey Hepburn. And her little bangs that she had. Sorry. For some reason, that lady from On Golden Pond is in my head. Jane Fonda's mom. No, damn. Was that the same Audrey Hepburn? On Golden Pond. I'm sorry, you guys. Squirrel. Moms touch us how to mom. Moms teach us how to mom. Yep. When you don't have one, knowing what to do is harder. Yes, exactly. I agree, Lima Bean. Katharine Hepburn and Audrey Hepburn are two different people, you guys. I guess Hepburn was a very popular name back in the day. I've never heard it since. But two actresses. So Katharine Hepburn and Audrey Hepburn. Is that what it says? Yeah, it says Audrey Hepburn, same last name. Is she related to Katharine? Now I'm in a rabbit hole, you guys. Let's see. Katharine and Audrey Hepburn related. James Hepburn was an earl. Hepburn's father believed he was a descendant of the third husband of Mary, Queen of Scots. Oh, so they're distantly related. Excellent, excellent. I guess they would be. That's a very distinct name. Yes. Okay. So let's get back to the series. So Mary is fabulous, and she was hosting a breakfast with red carpet at her door and a butler for every woman practically, and everything was Tiffany blue themed throughout her fabulous house of white marble floors. And she invited all the ladies, and they were supposed to do a Tiffany theme, a breakfast. They were supposed to do an Audrey Hepburn inspired look, and so. Obviously, we can see who the misses are from the headshots here. The Heather Gay's chin was a miss, and Meredith's bangs were a miss. Very miss, very miss. Brittany back there in the back under the SL, miss. And then you can see a peak of green between Heather Gay and Bronwyn right here. That was Elisa Barno in a miss. Okay, because she recycled the outfit that Mary Cosby already wore and wore better, and then had the nerve to be like, I bought it first. How the fuck do you know when Mary bought hers? What? She's always in a competition with Mary, so she thinks she can re-wear something that Mary wore. Re-wear something Mary wore, wear it wrinkled, disheveled, and to a Tiffany's party. It wasn't even the right color blue, in my opinion. Tiffany blue is very distinctive. So she was having the party and invited everybody to show Brittany, the new girl who is dating three men, including a distant Osmond. And I say distant Osmond because Donnie and Marie Osmond are cousins to this Jared Osmond. And Donnie Osmond was recently asked, how did he feel about his cousin being on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? And Donnie Osmond threw heck of shade, you guys. He said, oh, there are lots of us. You can throw a rock and you'll hit one of us in Salt Lake City. So he wasn't even like, oh yeah, Jared, my cousin, we hang out. He was like, there's lots of us. Practically saying anybody can call themselves an Osmond. That's how I took it. I was like, ooh, the shade, the shade, the shade. Okay. So, and then Brittany, yeah. So we'll talk about Jared in a second. So everybody gets there and everybody came dressed to the nines. Bronwyn was on time because she was early. And after Bronwyn, everybody was late. But Angie K was next. And they were in the after show, they did have a scene where Mary said that her and Angie K were the only two drinking the $8,000 wine. Everybody else had the cheap stuff, Mary said. It was hilarious. And based off of how the ladies came to the show, how the ladies came dressed up, they had even more gifts than what they already had gotten at their seat. She had got them things from Tiffany's personally inscribed, but she felt they failed on the assignment. And then plus with the big blow up with Meredith leaving, she didn't give everybody their gifts, even though we did see Meredith take hers before she left. We'll get to that in a second. So everybody sits down, they come into the room, everybody's like, oh, we look great, but they're kind of looking at Meredith like, what the heck is that on your head? And I'm like, is this a joke? Because Meredith came in and at first the bangs kind of looked okay. They were kind of giving Bronwyn's bangs a run for their money. They were equally banged, okay? And then the next time they showed Meredith, like her bangs had moved. And then every single time after that, it was like these moving bangs, you guys. They would be worse and worse. Every time the people would pan back over to Meredith, it would be it was hilarious to me. It was hilarious. So the ladies arrive. They take drinks in one room. Then Mary tells them, let's go to the other room. They get to the other room, and Mary had sat Brittany right across from her, and right next to, who was she? Was she sitting next to Heather? And Heather was across from Angie and Bronwyn. Yeah, so she had, she did her little table sitting thing. And they go and sit down, and Mary was put off that Brittany was late because she's like, I invited her so she can see that I'm not poor, and she's late. And then Brittany walks in, not on theme at all. Brittany looked like she had just left another family circle meeting at her house because I don't know did she never see the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's? Did they not let her watch that in the cult? I mean, as a Mormon, they didn't get to watch that, and that's why her and Heather came the way they did. They've never seen the movie. They both came in this off-white kind of weird, that nothing about it screamed Audrey Hepburn to me. Let's see. Meredith looked like she came in Roman holiday bangs. Right star, wrong movie. Meredith looked like she came in with Roman right star, wrong movie. That's hilarious. Hey, Kimmy Nicole. How you doing? Thanks for listening while you're working. Whistle while you work. Listen while you work. Listen while you listen while you listen while you work. Yes. So they all sit down, and I think Mary started it off by saying what she said, and everybody was going around the table. Brittany was, actually Brittany didn't even wait. Brittany was like, save the best for last. And Mary was like, I don't know about that. And then she was like, well, you guys all look tan. I didn't get invited anywhere. And then Heather starts with, she didn't get invited anywhere. And then somehow it turned into where the people were sitting on a free trip. On a free trip. And because Bronwyn is a noob, she had to pay for this trip out of her pocket. It wasn't like a Bravo sponsored trip. You know how they say it's their trip, but then Bravo gets you there? I'm not sure. Are these ladies always paying for the trips we see them? Or is Bravo sponsoring any part? We need to find that out, because Bronwyn said straight out it was her damn credit card. Okay? And it was disgustingly elitist and declassy. Day classy. They were like fouling up the joint. That was so materialistic. How about be grateful, bitches? How about that? Heather Gay's chin and Lisa's ankles. How about that? It was disgusting the way they were sitting there talking about where they were sitting on a free trip. Disgusting. Why did you put yourself in first class? Bitch, because it was my credit card. I love an activated Bronwyn. And I love that she took her husband's advice and didn't even go low. She stayed a high vibrational activated Bronwyn because it was my damn credit card. How about that, Heather Gay's chin? I sat where I wanted to sit with my money. And we were, and then the elitist entitled nerve of Lisa Barlow to think that after how you treated Bronwyn, you deserve a first class seat because you went there with problems and came back with more problems, bitch. Okay? And then for Heather to be throwing gas on the fire, well, why did you do that? Why did you do that? She always looks so hard. I totally agree, James. They're boring. They need to go. Dragging around her, and Meredith can go too. I'll even keep Whitney and her freaking lies at this point. Because all this dragging dead horses around season after season, can't get over shit from the season before, but you already had a whole freaking reunion and off time to get over it, and you're going to pick right back up with some old shit. That's why I was glad when Angie and Meredith got into it, because Meredith sounds stupid. And then Meredith has the habit of bringing up something and then pretending like she didn't just say that. And I love the 8th housewife for always showing her wrong, proving her wrong, and blowing up her spot. So Meredith and Angie are arguing. And Angie's like, yeah, I want us to move forward, and let's just move forward. And then Meredith says, yeah, well, we can go back if you want to go back. And then Angie says, I didn't say that we could go back. She says, yes, you did. You said that we could go back. And so she was the one that said it, and then said that Angie said it, and then pretended that Mary set her up somehow so that they could all come against her. Nobody knew you were going to wear those bangs. So how can we have possibly set this up? Candor, hey, what's good? How are you? I hope you are excellente. James says, Mary, Bronwyn, Meredith, Angie, and not a fan Whitney can carry the season. They really can. Meredith, I still have hope. I want to have hope for Meredith, but yeah, we'll see. I don't appreciate, you know how I feel like we know that we can't really get behind Meredith because she never really fully checked Lisa, but now they're two T's in a pod and it's them against the world. I don't know. It just seems really fake and manufactured because it doesn't seem resolved for real. But now you're entrusting your future to this other person. Whitney won't stop. No, can't stop, won't stop. I'm annoyed by Heather, Lisa, and Meredith, very much so. Heather, Lisa, and Meredith, yes. Freaking Heather may as well let her brown hair grow out so that she can be part of the click over there because, yes, I agree. Picking on her. I enjoy Mary and Meredith, though. I do, too, but Mary is off of Meredith completely. I don't know if you saw the after show, but she mentioned why she was even off of Meredith was because she's like, Meredith knows I didn't ask her to leave like that. She said, you can do this or leave. And then she took it there. And yeah, so she's like, that shows me that we weren't really friends. So yeah, Meredith is gangster. Yeah, those bangs make her think she's gangster. We should talk. Yes, we need to talk. Definitely, Candor. Need to catch up for sure. Angie is the stand-up queen. She's the stand-up stunt queen, you guys. Angie, she loves standing up at a table, you guys, to get her point across. And everybody loves picking up Angie's chairs when they fall. I mean, I can only hope that if I ever show my ass at a dinner table and make the chair tip over, that I'm not left picking up my own chair either, because she went to tip that chair and that butler in his Tiffany blue vest was quick to the rescue. He made sure that chair didn't tip all the way over. I liked it. And then Meredith got up and left, because right here where Mary's standing up, she's telling Meredith, because Meredith was the one that confused the entire situation. Everybody at the table heard Meredith flip the script and then try to blame Angie. Everybody heard it. So Mary's like, you're the one that brought this confusion into my house. You need to fucking either shut up or leave. And so I guess since Meredith couldn't see her bangs anymore, she knew it was time to go and that her hair was sliding down her back. Because she's like, fine, I'll leave. Fine. But I'm taking my gift. And so then she left. Yeah. James says, you can tell they are not BFFs anymore. Yep, they don't have that friendship bond this season. Yeah, they don't. And even though last season when Meredith brought Mary on, I feel like she brought it on to have a type of ally. I'm doing air quotes, because she was kind of on an island last season. She was kind of on an island last season for some reason. I don't really know why she needed Mary to come along those couple of times, but whenever Mary's around, it's a great scene. Angie is the secret weapon of the cast. I believe she is the sleeper that people are sleeping on, her and her husband. I agree. At first, I was a little questioning like a couple of things, but now I'm like, oh, okay, they're willing to bring it and they show their whole life, except for when he's at the gay club, allegedly. And even if he was at the gay club, so what? They love each other. They're doing what they need to do to stay together. And don't question their marriage if you don't want yours questioned, Meredith, because why is old Seth running off to Ohio? Everybody knows nothing good happens in Ohio, allegedly. I told y'all how my kids are like, Ohio is the word for like crazy shit in slang, okay? Because a lot of crazy shit happens in Ohio, allegedly. I'm not tarnished. I'm just saying what the kids say. I don't know. I've never been to Ohio personally. But they say some crazy stuff happens in Ohio. And Seth is running off to Ohio from the couples trip. But Meredith has a problem with Seth. No, but Meredith has a problem with Sean. No, your problem's with Seth, darling. Yeah, drag that dead horse around. How about that? Bronwyn and Angie for me this season, and Whitney doing Meredith in the confessions. Oh, yes. That is funny, Pandora. Watch the series Old Seasons, and new Whitney takes selfies with anyone that isn't a nobody. Such a fan. Hate it. How about Mary and the couch talking to the girls about the fight she had? Oh my gosh. That was too much. But the season, and I'll give a shout out. I don't know who's shooting these dinners, but sometimes we get these lunches and they're very like, the editing doesn't seem complete and you wonder about what just happened before and what just happened after. But on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I appreciated this sit through the dinner, this sit through the lunch. And I hope that we see even more of it with the next episode. I hope it's continued in some way. And also on Real Housewives of Potomac, they had an excellent breakfast scene over there last week too. So shout out to, I don't know if it's part of a new formula of carrying it through the meal because everybody's leaving with the upset stomach. So, oh well, or what, right? Bronwyn is the one that looked like the actress. Yeah, Bronwyn really does look like Hepburn. It's Angie's house. She sits next to the two little girls. I cried. Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. She was sitting next to the two little girls. Oh, yeah, they were like, they were just looking at her. She was talking to them about stuff. That was funny. I remember. Yeah, the couch scenes at Angie's house, because last season, the couch scene at Angie's house when Monica's mother was over there antagonizing her, and then Monica left and fell down the stairs at Angie K's house, remember? Yeah, so the couch scenes with adults, yes, and children. So yeah, that was kind of it for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Mary was right in what she said. Meredith's ego is out of control, and so were those bangs, Candor. Not the bangs. The bangs. Nope. Oh, not the bangs. The bangs. Anyway, you guys, I didn't want to keep you guys long on this wonderful Saturday. I got some class to do, so I'm going to go get my education. You know, I do finance. I'm going to do a little finance thing later. Keep your freaking bell rung if you want to learn how to grow, maximize, sustain, any type of that stuff, because I'm going to get to it, you guys. Let me see. What did Monica's mother is odd. She's deaf Ramona's cousin, right? You just do not behave like that a person's dinner party. Right. Like, who does this? And then the way Heather came in, Heather and Lisa, to come not dressed for the part and come prepared to attack Bronwyn for how you flew and what you didn't get invited to. Come on now. You're right, Candor. Who behaves like that? Like, just act like you have a little class. Just a little class, okay? Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through. Be sure you go out and shine bright, because there's enough to go around. I'm Team Bronwyn too. I love Todd and Bronwyn. I'm here for a strong husband who's not here to get turned into Mr. Lisa and Mr. Meredith. I appreciate a man that's always Mr. Bronwyn. Okay? I mean, always Mr. Bradley. Is that her last name? Anyway. But yeah, because that's Mr. Lisa and Mr. Meredith over there. And Seth is the Mr. at that house too. Okay? Yup. Okay, you guys, I will see you sooner than later. Have an excellent Saturday. Take care of yourselves. Leave your bell rung. Smash this video. Go ahead and share it. I need to get back in the good graces of the algorithm. And yes. Yeah, I like Seth a lot. No, Seth is a bitch. It's Sean that we like. Sean and Angie, Seth and Meredith. Get it together, Larja. Okay, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Ring my bell. Ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload.